Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and I love the Arcane Wonders game Picture Perfect, a game in which you are taking pictures of a family and they all have wants and desires and you're trying to make everybody happy, but you can't. Well, there's several expansions for this game. Today we're taking a look at the first one, the Movie Star expansion. This comes with 3 movie stars, which are clearly Marilyn Monroe, Charlie Chaplin, and Laurel and Hardy, the greatest comic duo of all time. Anyhow, it's a little expansion that you can easily slide into Picture Perfect. Here's how it plays. So in this set, the movie stars here are included in the game. You add 3 of these along with their envelopes. And oddly enough, they don't really call these people anything. They call them the guest duo. I mean, I think it's old enough that they could just say Charlie Chaplin, but whatever. You then will remove 3 other envelopes. So you'll be like, okay, these 3 people are out. Everyone takes these people out. They add these 3 people in. You will then put a whole 12 more cards in, mix them up, and remove 12 cards from the game. So this actually is probably my favorite part of this expansion, in the sense that now you're not sure what cards are in there. But there's 2 kinds of cards. Some of them are movie stars. I want to be next movie star. There's this. I want a picture of me with a movie star. I want a picture of me with that. What that means is the person that you have, their face needs to be, let's say, for example, he wants a picture with them. His face needs to be the closest to them when you take the picture. So that's basically all that means, but their faces both must be available. Then there's a lot of these now. I want to speak to a man. I want to speak to a woman. So what does that mean? On every envelope, and this is something I didn't notice, but they have a dot on them. All 3 of these people have a dot on the same side because they're speaking this direction. You can see this movie star here is speaking upwards in that direction. And so there's different directions that you're going to be speaking, and they just need to be speaking to the person on that side. So for example, if he wants to be speaking to a man and he's like this, that's correct. But if he's like this, for example, this would not be correct because he's speaking in this direction to a woman, not to a man. And so there's just a bunch of, I want to speak to a man, I want to speak to with a woman. So these are new cards that are added. And then that's it, except for a couple other cards that are added. We have Gossip and Autobiography, and these will be shuffled in based on the number of players. So this will change up the game a little bit in that regard too. And that's what's included in this expansion. So this expansion is one of those expansions where I go, I could take it or leave it. Now, what I mean by that is because there is a little bit work involved. You have to put 3 people in, take 3 people out, and then you shuffle the cards in. You technically, then you're supposed to take out the cards that show those people. You know, so if I have a card that says I'm next to the plant and I take the plant out, I have to take that. I have to go through the deck and take that card out. So there's just a bit of fiddliness, you know, not a huge deal, but setting up an in and out. And you can't just like leave this one shuffled into the game. That being said, I really enjoyed it. I especially like the facing. I thought that was a fun thing to do. It's a little tricky. It's another thing to think about as you're putting the people out there. Having the person next to the famous people, I think, is also, that's an amusing theme, right? Because, yeah, if there's a party going on and Marilyn Monroe shows up, of course everyone's going to be like, I would like to be next to Marilyn Monroe. And so that's fun. I especially enjoy when the movie stars want to stand next to each other. So it also adds in, the best thing for me about this is the fact that there is now more cards during the end phase. There's just differential cards there, but also inside, you know, you never, that person who's like, I want my face hidden, or I don't want this person's face to be hidden, that card may not be in there. Some cards won't be in the deck, so there's like a little bit more of who knows what's in each, each envelope. So yeah, this one's good. I'd give this a 7 out of 10. I enjoy it. I won't play with it all the time, but it adds a nice bit of flavor and some different way to play Picture Perfect. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see y'all next time.